Magic has a long and proud tradition, and perhaps the most famous magician of the modern era is Harry Houdini. Now, you know him as the guy that used to escape from straitjackets and milk crates and dangling from cranes up in the air and stuff like that. But before he became like a big illusionist, he was actually trying to make a living and a name for himself as a close-up magician, which is what I do. And early in his career, he billed himself as the king of cards. Cards with a K, to go with king. Anyway. Even back then, he had a really good knack for self-publicity. And one of the things he did to kind of boast his name was to issue this long-standing challenge to all magicians, that if they showed him a trick 3 times in a row, he could always figure out how it was done. Because, of course, no one could fool him because he was the best magician in the world. Well, that turned out to actually be true. Nobody could fool Houdini for the longest time. Until he met one young magician by the name of Di Vernon. Di Vernon showed him a trick that Houdini could not figure out. And this is an absolutely true story that I encourage you when you get home to fire up Wikipedia and confirm. I'm going to show you that same trick. This is the trick that fooled Houdini. Di had him pick a card and write his name on it. So maybe take out a card that has some room to write so that you can write your name really big on the face of it. And because there's no spectator here, I'm just going to write Houdini right here. Now, why did he do that? Well, he wanted to make sure that Houdini couldn't think that this was some sort of duplicate card that he was using. This way, Houdini knew there was only one card with his name on it, just like there's only one card with your signature on it. It's a one-of-a-kind object. And the beauty of Di Vernon's magic is that it is direct, simple, but very powerful. So all he did was take Houdini's card and put it in the middle of the deck. You can see where it goes, right in the middle. Right? Then showed him it was not at the top, was not at the bottom. And then didn't do anything. He didn't shuffle, he didn't cut, he didn't manipulate the cards in any way. He just snapped his fingers. And when he turned over the top card, it had Houdini's name on it. Signed. Now Houdini was kind of nervous at this point because he had no idea. No clue. Kind of like you guys right now, right? But he had 2 more goes, so he said, well, okay, well, show me that again. Di Vernon said, no problem. Look, your card goes in the middle. It's closer to the bottom, but you get what I'm trying to do here, right? Squared it up very cleanly, and then didn't do anything. He didn't cut, he didn't shuffle, he didn't manipulate the cards in any way. But he snapped his fingers. And when he turned over that top card, it had Houdini's name on it. Signed. Houdini was really sweating right now because he still had no idea. But he had one more chance. He said, Di, one more time, please. And I said, sure, Harry, I'll do it one more time for you, no problem. Look, your card goes in the middle. And Houdini, before he could push it in, stopped him and said, stop. I think I got it. I think I saw it that time. You switched it. You switched the card. It's a different card that's going in the middle. That's how you do it. Di paused and very innocently said, I don't know what you're talking about, Harry. It has your name on it. I think you signed it. That must be your card. Well, look, if it helps, I'm going to do it face up. He was trying to toy with him, you understand, because he knew he had him beat. I'm going to do it face up, Harry, so you know that all cheating must be absolutely honest. Houdini said, wait, is it really in the middle? I'm not sure now. And I showed him, like, look, yeah, here it is, no problem. Harry, there's only one problem doing it this way. It's not going to work, because the card has to show its face to come to the top, but if I cover it and snap, that's just going to turn into your card with your name on it. You see? He said, look, this is when he actually was twisting the knife. Look, anyone can do it, Harry. It's easy. Even somebody who doesn't know anything about magic, like you, for example. All you have to do, it's very easy. lift about half the deck, lift about half, put it back, square it up. Don't do anything. Don't shuffle, cut, or manipulate the cards. Just snap your fingers and turn over the top card. And there it was. And at this point, Houdini's wife, who was also in attendance, told him, "Harry, face it. You're beat." And that's when Houdini left the room, stormed out of the room, never spoke with Dai Vernon ever again. But Dai was known forever since as the man who fooled Houdini. You've been so gracious having me out with this trick, and I wanted to leave you with a little souvenir. But more than a souvenir, I wanted to leave you with a little bit of a mystery. You see, in my wallet, I have a sealed compartment. It's snapshot. Can you hear that? Now, the mystery is there's a card in there that I put in before the trick started. And I don't know how you managed to put on the card in my wallet your signature. Maybe one day you can tell me how you did it. Until then, please keep that as a reminder of the trick that fooled Houdini.